making a chili with ground turkey and ground chicken. It is a little different. It's gonna be a little spicy and a little sweet because I added butternut squash to it. And I do have Joe looking at me like, that's not real chili, but it's my take on chili. Also, you could put whatever topping you want on chili. This is actually a no carb chili, but I'm doing different kind of toppings on my chili because that's what I feel like eating, and you'll see it at the end. So thank you again for joining me in my kitchen and for a nice glass of wine. It's a Pinot Grigio, and I'll see you in the kitchen. Big ups to all my subscribers, and for anyone who took the time out to try my recipes. Don't forget to share, like, comment, and let me know what you think, okay? Cheers, and I'll see you in the kitchen. So I have my oil. It's heating on medium high, or whichever. If you want to put it lower, that's fine. I have I'm using vegetable oil. I'm using a little more oil than I would normally use, only because my meat is so lean that I want to have a little grease to it. Not too much, but just a little bit. You know, I like to highlight my ingredients. There you have my fresh tomatoes. I bought like divine tomatoes, and I cut 2 of them up. I have my onion, my garlic, my green onion, my jalapeno. I did de-seed jalapeno, but just a little bit because I want some of that fresh natural spice. I have my bell peppers. If you're not a bell pepper fan, you don't have to put it in there. And this is my butternut squash. And I am using ground chicken and ground turkey today. First thing I'm gonna do are the veggie. The veggie that I already have prepared and cut up. I'm just gonna put it all in there together. And the reason why the stove is not on super high, I don't want stuff to burn fast or anything like that. I'm just gonna saute it slowly. And I know this is a different kind of chili. Joe's like, that's not chili. I said, well, it's my chili. I'm making it different. I made a turkey chili on here before, but I did it a little different than this. This is just, I don't know, for some reason I wanted all these flavors together and decided to see what happens. All right, so I'll be right back. Hey, look how pretty that is. My vegetables are cooked enough for about 3 minutes or so on medium low. I blended my ground turkey and ground chicken, and I'm just gonna go ahead and add that to the pot and stir it in and let that cook down before we move to the next step. And we're gonna break this up even more as it cooks into the pot. All right, I turned my stove up and I'm still browning the meat. I'm gonna let some of this water that springs from the meat dry out some before I add the seasoning. You can add it here now if you want to, but I want the water to dry out. I think I had enough water dry out. Here in my seasoning, I have some kosher salt, black pepper, chili powder. That's my Flavor God everything seasoning, and my cayenne pepper. And I'm gonna put this in to start with. You can always add as you go once you taste it. I'm gonna stir this in, and I'm still gonna wait for it to dry out a little bit more before I add the rest of my stuff. All right, folks. It tastes seasoning good, but I'm gonna go ahead and add my butternut squash and my freshly chopped tomatoes. Stir all this in. Yes, it's butternut squash. Joe's looking at me sideways too when I told him, but you know what? Sometimes you gotta try and do something different. You never know. And who doesn't love butternut squash? And who doesn't like a little kind of sweet with their spicy? And I chose this because it's a little better than potato. Well, a lot better than potato. And this is as I said, it's a no carb little to no carb meal. We're not eating no cornbread or none of that stuff. All right, guys. I'm gonna also go ahead and add some tomato paste. Stir that in here. Get it off the spoon. Then I'm gonna use my wooden spoon and just blend it in even better. As I said, this is not your traditional chili. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm using small kidney beans and some cannellini beans. Cannellini. Anyway, see how he messed me up with me messing up my camera? And I'm gonna go ahead and stir this in as well. Alright, we're gonna stir that in a little bit more, and then I'm gonna add my water to it. Get that in there. You want to get all of it down in there, so when you add the water covers all that you need it to cover. Okay? Alright guys, so now I'm gonna add my water. And I'm just doing enough to put enough liquid in so when I turn it down on low, everything can blend in really good. And I did add a little more seasoning, a little more of the Flavor God Everything seasoning and some chili powder to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and seal this with the cover, the pot cover, and turn it down on low and let it cook for about an hour on low until I'm ready, before I look at it again. Okay, let's see what's going on in this pot. All right, so I'm gonna stir this around, and for a little thickness, what I'm gonna do is like break some of these butternut squash up, like crush it along with some of the beans, so it could thicken up. Anyhow you want to crush it. If you want to take it out, crush it, put it back in the pot. That way you don't have to add anything extra like carbs like flour, cornstarch, or anything like that. You can just crush the beans and some of the butternut squash, not all of them, just enough to, you know, go ahead and make it thicken up some. Okay, and then we're gonna cover it and let it cook for a little longer too. So you guys know I am crushing mostly just the white beans, not the red ones. Just those are the ones I'm crushing to thicken up the pot along with the butternut squash. Y'all, let's see what's going on in this pot. All right, so what I'm gonna do is this is 30 minutes later after the last time you saw me. I'm gonna crush a little bit more of the sweet potato, not sweet potato, of the butternut squash.
Squash!
You know what? Anyway, and I added a little more chili powder and
I'm gonna buy me one of those.
Anyway, I added a little more. Why is my thing so bright? Let me see. Okay. Oh, there it is. So I added a little more chili powder. And
more chili powder.
Would you stop? I added a little more chili powder and a little more salt to taste, and cayenne pepper. And I'm gonna leave the cover halfway off a little bit and turn it back on low and just let it simmer and get a little thicker, and then we'll be ready to go. Let's see where we're at. All right, I had to, well, Joe covered it again because he said I was losing some of the liquids, so I told him to just cover it up. But this is good and done. And let me pull that out a little more. So this is good and done. And it's thick enough. And we're gonna get ready to put it in our plates and have some delicious meal.